References to the game of cricket date back to the 1300s. Historians believe it started as a children's game. In the 1600s, working men began taking up the game as a pastime, and before long it caught on with the upper classes. By the 18th century, cricket was a major organized sport in England. Cricket bats are made of a particular species of white willow. It has stringy wood fibers that are unusually long. These give the wood elasticity, the key to its performance. Bat makers use as much sapwood as possible. It's moister than the heartwood at the tree's core because sap runs through it. Production begins with willow pieces 3/4 of a meter long. The first machine trims them down roughly to size. A few sprays of water limber up the wood fibers. Then each piece goes through a pressing machine 3 to 4 times. A curved roller applies up to 3 tons of pressure, rounding the bat's face and compressing the wood by up to a centimeter. This pressing is essential because it determines the bat's performance and durability. The bat maker draws a V on the end where the bat handle will attach. Then he removes the bulk of the wood behind the V on a table saw. This minimizes the amount of work he'll have to do later by hand. Now he cuts out the V. This creates a joint in which to insert the handle. The handle is made of cane, dried vine stems, glued together in sections and coated with rubber. The end the player grips has been shaped on a lathe. The other end will attach to the blade. The bat maker cuts the block-shaped tip into a wedge that'll fit into the V-cut, then glues the 2 pieces together. A few taps with a hammer ensure a tight fit. He spreads the glue that oozes out all over the joint to seal it. Now he shapes the profile, using a classic woodworking tool called a draw knife. This takes only a few minutes, but requires years of experience and an expert eye. Then he completes the shaping with another pressing to curve the bottom third of the bat. International cricket rules regulate the length and width of bats, but there's no restriction on curve. Getting this right is tricky though. Too much curve and he'll harden the blade, losing performance. The bat maker finishes off the shape using specialized craft tools. Then he uses a metal hand plane to flatten the blade's edges. He ensures the bat has good spring by hitting it with a dense wooden mallet. He also analyzes the sound of the strike. The softer the sound, the softer the wood, and the better the bat will play. He smooths the bat against a drum sander. The air-filled drum molds to the bat, so it doesn't wear away the shape he worked so hard to achieve. Then a worker smooths out the rest with a belt sander, custom-made for the bat's shape. On each machine, they sand the entire bat twice, first with a coarse abrasive, then with a fine one. Next, they mount the bat on a binding machine and coat the handle with glue. Twine wrapping binds together the rubber-coated cane sections that make up the handle. They apply extra glue to prevent the twine from unraveling. Next, they polish the blade against a cotton wheel. Once the wood is shiny enough, they stick on decals with the bat's brand name. Then slip on a rubber grip over the binding to prevent the player's hands from slipping. The bat's 2 main materials complement each other when striking the ball. The willow wood blade flexes enough to deliver a good hit. The cane handle absorbs that energy, protecting the player's hands.